Hi everybody, my name is Denise Yezbak Moore and I'm with howcraftcollection.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my Tempe bracelet. It's created with these beautiful stones from howcraftcollection.com and wax linen cording. Okay, we are going to cut 3 lengths of 40-inch cording. I already cut mine to save time. Then we're going to cut the ends so they're equal. And we're just going to kind of roll it a little bit and we're going to make a needle. Wax linen cording is waxy, so it tacks up, which is nice. Okay, we're going to string our lobster clasps. We're going to go down about 6 inches and then we're going to form an overhand knot. And we're going to pull that nice and tight. And we're going to leave that for now. And we're going to go to the other end. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to trim it so it's equal. And then we're going to form our little needle. Okay, and then we're going to string our turquoise dyed reconstituted stone rondelle. And these are really nice. Sometimes turquoise is way too expensive to use in certain products. And the dyed stone looks really beautiful. Okay, then we're going to form an overhand knot. And this is how I form my knots. I hold it really close. And then I move it. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then we're going to string another turquoise dyed rondelle. We're going to string that to the end, flip it around. Form an overhand knot. I guess I use 2 fingers. I never noticed that before. But I use 2 fingers and then I pull it through. And I take it right up against the bead. And slide it. Oops, got it caught up there. Slide it down. Pull it tight. Next we're going to string our aqua dyed striped jasper oval. This is really beautiful. I love this stone. So we're going to string that through. I'm going to flip it around. Make sure it's nice and tight. Form our overhand knot. Push the knot down, make sure it's nice and tight. Next, we're going to do the turquoise rondelle again. We're going to string that through. Move it down. Hold it with your fingers. And push the knot down, make sure it's nice and tight. Next, we're going to string our amber dyed agate stone, and it has a batik pattern on it. These are really cool. They come in different shapes too. And they're on the website. And we're going to string that down. And we're going to form our overhand knot. I love knotted bracelets because basically anybody can make them. And you really don't need hardly any tools. Okay, next we're going to do our Amazonite nugget. So let's see, what nugget am I going to use? I like to use kind of a smaller one. So this one's really pretty. I like that one. So we're going to string that down. And we're going to form our overhand knot. Okay. Next, we're going to string our dyed turquoise dolomite rondelle. So we're going to string that through. Just going to butt up to the end. We're going to form our overhand knot. Sure it's nice and tight. Okay, now we're going to do another rondelle, the turquoise, little turquoise rondelles. And we're going to string that through. I have little flowers moving everywhere, but they look really pretty, so I like to put them on the board. And now we're forming our overhand knot, and we pushed it tight. Now we're going to string our aqua dyed striped jasper oval, the second one. Each one of these stones are really pretty. So we're going to string that down. This is a great way to make a necklace too. I love creating necklaces with wax linen cording. It's a cheaper alternative, I think, to beading wire. Okay, so now we're going to do our amber dyed agate stone batik pattern, but we're going to use the oval. So here is the little oval. I'm going to string that. We're going to form our overhand knot. And we're going to move it down. Make sure it's tight. Okay, next we're going back to our turquoise rondelles. Howcraft has beautiful selection of turquoise dyed howlite and dyed reconstituted stone on the website. Be sure to check it out. So we move that down. Okay, now we're going to do another dolomite rondelle. Pass that through. We're going to form our overhand knot. Now we're going to do another turquoise rondelle. Form an overhand knot. Pull that nice and tight. Okay, so this is the length of our bracelet. So now we're going to add the jump ring. So we're just going to take the jump ring. Going to move it down. And I like to try to make these knots go right over the last knot that I just did. Can you see that? And we're going to pull. And then we're really going to tighten that. Okay, so to end this side off, I'm going to move down a tad. I'm going to form an overhand knot right about there. Then we're going to flip it around and we're going to put our dolomite my needle's getting kind of wonky. Let's cut that again. Okay, and then we're going to string the dolomite. Flip it around. And then we're going to trim it. I always make my cording lengths longer than they need to be in case I want to add something or whatever. Okay, so we're going to separate those little strands, and with your needle nose pliers, you're going to fray the ends. So you're just going to go in there and fray. Fray this end. Sometimes this can take a little bit of time, but I like the look of the frayed ends. Some people don't fray their ends. I personally like the look of it. Okay, so we frayed that end, so that side of the bracelet is done. Okay, now we're going to go back to the other side. We're going to separate the strands. And we're going to form an overhand knot just a tad above the clasp. Then we're going to get one of our turquoise rondelles and we're going to string it. And we're going to push the knot down right about there. With our wire cutters, we're going to trim the end. We're going to do it on this end. We're doing it to all three strands. You can make your lengths different where you put your knots. It's up to you. You can make them equal or you can put them different. It's a design choice. Okay. Then we're going to push this down. We're going to cut that in. And we're going to do our last one. We're forming our overhand knot. We're getting another one of the dyed turquoise rondelles. Oops, let's get that little guy out of there. Okay, wire cutters, we're going to trim the end. Okay, once again, with our needle nose pliers, we're just going to go in here and we're going to fray the ends. Okay, and there you have it, how to make my Tempe bracelet. And I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.